A new title update for College Football 27 dropped earlier today, and there was a lot of hidden things in there, a lot of new things that they added that they didn't tell us they were adding. Many of you may remember a couple of nights ago, EA put out their blog post for their first title update of the year, and they were considering this kind of a smaller title update, not a really big one. The first big one usually comes about a month after the game is out. However, there were some important fixes, some dynasty stuff, a few gameplay fixes, but when the update actually dropped today, we saw that there were a lot of other things that were added in: new uniforms, helmets, player likeness, and more. So we're going to go over all of those changes that they didn't tell us about. And if you're new here, this is why you should subscribe, because there's a lot of updates throughout the year, and EA doesn't always tell us about everything they're adding, but I'll make sure you guys always know. So let's first start with the Tennessee uniforms. They finally got their new uniforms added because they did reveal them a few days after the game actually came out, so EA wasn't able to put them in yet. So now they're with Adidas. They kind of went back to the more old school look with the big blockier numbers. I actually really like this look. I think this just looks so classic. I'm glad Tennessee went back to this. Their black uniforms, however, still not in yet because they just revealed those a few days ago, but those should be coming soon. We also got a couple of new TCU uniforms. I saw a lot of people asking about them. They got them in pretty quick. This is the Dublin uniform that they're going to be wearing for that game. I actually really like this one a lot. I like the concept. And then, of course, the Blood Frog. A lot of people were asking about this. Where's the Blood Frog uniforms, where they're at? They're in the game. They snuck them in today. I don't know why they didn't let us know about this in the blog notes on their website, but nonetheless, we found them. There also were some updates to the Arizona uniforms. I'm not sure exactly what changed. I know the numbers changed and a few other details, but not a complete redesign, but just some changes for their home, away, their alternate, as you could see here. So just wanted to make sure to show you a couple of those uniforms so you could see what they're looking like. The numbers I know for sure are different, but there may be a couple of other details as well. New Mexico State also got their new home and away uniforms. I actually really like these right here, these home uniforms with the state script on the helmet. I think this is actually a really good look. And then here is a look at the away uniforms. So when the game launched, these were not quite in yet, but about a week later we got them in the game, so this looks pretty nice. They even got Toledo's new white uniform, which I believe they just revealed like earlier today or yesterday. So they just revealed these, but EA was able to get them in the game early, so there they are. We also got an update for the Texas uniform. They moved the SEC patch to the correct location, so now it's like right there under the collar, whereas before it was on the side, kind of similar to how the Nike check is. We got a couple of great new helmets for Illinois. We got the script orange helmet. I actually really like this. I like when teams do the script helmets. I just think script helmets always hit. And we also got the blue Illinois script helmet as well, so I know Illinois fans will be happy to see that those are in the game. We got the white Cincy helmet also added in this update as well. Quite a few new helmets. So I always like when they're adding these alternate helmets for teams, because we know teams switch them out a lot. My favorite one, the Rutgers American helmet. I saw a lot of people asking about this last week. They were able to get this one in quick, so like that they got that in. That's definitely one of my favorites of this update. They also fixed the Navy BYU helmet. I'm not exactly sure what was wrong before. I think the color might have just been off a little bit or something, but they did update that in this update. They also updated the white Texas Tech helmet. I'm not actually sure what it looked like before. I'm not sure, but they did do an update here that I got word on, so wanted to show it to you guys. Sacramento State also got quite a few new helmets added. They were a new team this year, so obviously some of their stuff's coming in a little late. We've got the white S helmet that was added. We also got the white Hornet helmet. This one looks pretty sick. I'm not going to lie. I'm just going to throw it out there. One of my favorite helmets already in college football. I mean, that just looks awesome. We also got the green S helmet as well for Sacramento State, so you're going to see a few more here coming up, but just trying to give you a good up-close look at some of this new stuff. We got the white SAC helmet as well. There's a couple different versions of this. I think this is the newer one, though, that was added. I think there's a green one like this as well, so that's in the game. Also got the green 916 helmet. On one side, it says 916. And then on the other side of the helmet, it'll be the player's number. So that's a pretty cool helmet as well. And we also got the white version of this added as well. So Sacramento State, if you're a Sac State fan, they got a lot of new helmets that you can now play around with. I was also told they updated the numbers for the orange Florida jerseys. I guess they had the wrong number font before, or it just wasn't quite correct. They got that fixed in this update. So I'm sure if you're a Florida fan, you'll notice. And then they also updated the Alabama numbers as well. I think the numbers were maybe too small before, so they made them a little bigger is what I believe they did. They also updated the Navy Georgia Southern pants, so now they are accurate to what they look like this year. Now moving on to player likeness, Dante Moore, they got him in. He was not in at launch, not sure why, because he is one of the cover athletes, but they got him looking pretty much on point now. He was looking crazy before. If I have a before and after, I'll try to show you, but he was looking pretty crazy before. I think he looks pretty on point, I'm gonna be honest with you. Not all of the players are gonna look super accurate. They don't do face scans. We also got Gunnar Stockton. If you remember, he looked crazy before because he opted into the game very late, so they didn't have him done. but they were able to get him in for this update. But yeah, they don't do face cam, so the players are not going to always look that accurate. Some of them are going to look, you know, halfway accurate at best. I mean, it is what it is. They kind of go off pictures and AI to kind of generate a face that looks something like the player. I mean, it's better than we had, you know, in the older games. Here's a look at the Clemson quarterback, also got an update to the likeness as well. But yeah, I mean, the older games, I mean, the players look nothing like themselves. So, you know, this time around, they look a little bit better. Some are just going to look better than others. Some of the top guys get a little more care than the others in terms of like artists going in to try to make them look better. But Sam Levitt also was said to have kind of a slight update here. I don't think his changed too much, but just a slight update for the LSU QB. Got a couple of guys from Oregon here. I believe this is Decorian Moore. I'm not exactly sure how to say his name, but he got an update here to his likeness. I don't really know what he looked like before, but they did a little update there. We also got Jordan Davison for Oregon as well. So he's got a little bit of a player likeness bump. So I guess they're just kind of going in, you know, there's so many players on the rosters that it kind of takes time to get everybody accurate. We got Lacey Jr. from Texas here. So like they're always going to go in and kind of hook up some more of the faces as the year goes on. Also adding more freshmen and stuff like that to the game as well. Got the West Virginia quarterback Scotty Fox Jr. also added in here. So again, I mean, I don't even know how accurate some of these guys are. I don't know what they all look like in real life, but I was told that these guys got a player likeness update. And really quickly, I do want to mention that we are still partnered with Civil.gg. If you play College Football 27 and you're tired of losing to random nonsense, losing dynasty games, or even just against your friends, this is the place to be. In the last 2 years, 96% of members say they've won more games simply just by joining. And inside, you'll get the exact schemes, full offensive and defensive guides that some of the best players run. And these are good for not only online, but for dynasty players as well. Use code ERIC40 for 40% off a yearly or monthly membership. Now, of course, this was the big dynasty update. They did some fixes to recruiting. I've seen people talk about that, but they also added the new sliders in. So if you go over to your league settings, you'll see now that you have the new XP speed settings. You've got the career slider, which is meant to be kind of the most authentic way to experience the blueprint. I think this is equivalent to the normal slider from before. And then you've got simulation, which is still pretty authentic, but a little bit faster in progressing. You get 1.25 times the XP. And then you've got the casual setting, which is going to be similar to the faster setting from last year's game, which is going to give you 1.5 times XP, which is something I think a lot of people will probably use because it's going to be the fastest way to progress now. And I know this morning I was seeing people say that this didn't go through for the online dynasties, but I just checked before making the video and it appears that it is there for cloud dynasties now. So it might not have went through right away when the update was pushed out, but on my side, I was seeing it in the online dynasty. So it looks like all that is settled. Now, another cool little thing they did with this update is they added in a few new EA Sports It's in the Game intros from different schools. And I know people are really fans of these. So here's a quick few clips of some of the new ones that they added. Now, we do have some more updates coming really soon for the game. They announced some things that they're going to be doing and some future updates. The first really big one of the year is coming very soon too, so make sure you subscribe with the bell icon on so you don't miss anything that happens with the game, especially the extra stuff like this that they don't always tell us about. And if you want to know about the absolute best teams to rebuild in Dynasty mode this year, make sure to check out this video right here on the screen.